What's up, garden friends? Jeff here, Tropical Plant Party. How's everybody doing? I'm good. Today, I'm gonna divide this philodendron. I actually meant to do this a while ago. However, I forgot. And somebody went ahead and left a comment asking me about dividing it and reminded me, oh, I need to do this. So, I'm gonna do this and I'm going to try and do it quick. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to unpot this, and then when I unpot it, I'm going to soak it in a bucket of water. Easy! Now once our bucket's full of water, I'm just going to take the entire root ball and drop it in. Doesn't matter if the entire thing's submerged, the main thing is that it's going to get wet and that the roots will absorb water and hopefully be more flexible. So I'm going to let this soak for probably 15 to 20 minutes, if even. This is already fairly well hydrated because it just got hit by my sprinklers. Alright, now I've moved to a location where things are going to get dirty so I can quickly get the dirt off of my patio. Throwing a tarp down might be a good idea for this next step. But now that it's been soaking, it's time to go ahead and pull it out, look at the root ball, and figure out the plan of action as far as dividing it goes. Alright, looking here at this root ball, you can see it's fairly tight in there. There's a lot of dirt, and the bottom's got a lot of stuff bound up in there. There's not a ton of swirling action going on, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to work the dirt out of the root ball. Go ahead and get any roots that are easy to move out of the way. Don't be afraid to tear them. There's going to be root loss. It's just kind of part of how this is going to go. Now that I've gotten the bulk of the dirt out, I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the bucket and kind of swash it around to help loosen up the more stubborn chunks. Now that the majority of the dirt's out of there, I'm going to go ahead and start dividing this up. See much better now that all of the dirt's out of there, where the plants are connecting in here. Also where the new root growth is. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to find kind of the connections that are in here, the loose spots where I can get in there with my thumb and pull and work the separate plants out. If you can't do this, then you can take a knife and cut very closely down deep in there. And there we go. I'm not going to divide this up all the way because that'll take a very long time to do here on camera. But I'll go ahead and show what to do with this guy next. Alright, this doesn't seem to want to fully focus, but you can kind of see how there's a nub here from another growth. You can also go ahead and pull those out. It has a few roots on it, and you can pot that up separately into something else, and you'll have a whole nother plant. All of these little nubs, kind of like bulbs, will grow new plants. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this old nursery pot that I went ahead and I cleaned out with a light bleach solution and rinsed very, very well. Put some dirt in there, a nice moisture retentive but well-drained potting mix will work fine. And basically pot this up. You want this little to cover any white that's in there. Get in there, make sure you work out any air pockets that are underneath the roots. When you're done with that, go ahead and water it in with a nice root starting formula. I like the Spoma plant starter fertilizer, works really well. Okay, so now that I've gone ahead and watered this in, you can see it still needs a little bit of soil. There's still some white showing in there. Now to the aftercare. I'm going to keep this in part shade to part sun for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to leave it where it's not getting a lot of sun until I actually start to see some new growth come out of here. It's best to divide these guys when temperatures are still warm and they're still in somewhat of an active growth stage, but not so hot outside that they're not growing. I would say anywhere from 78 to 88 degrees, maybe even 90 is probably ideal. Maybe mid-90s, it depends on where you live and your growing conditions. Where I am right now, it's, around low to mid-80s most of the time right now. For its next few waterings, I'm going to be watering it with some type of rooting fertilizer. in a mild dose because I'm going to be watering it consistently with that rooting fertilizer. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. If when you're trying to divide your when you're trying to divide your philodendron up, you just can't get your fingers in there, then keep working as much dirt out as possible, then take a very sharp sterile knife and make nice clean cuts in between the plants. It's like right in there, pull your foliage back, and get down as deep as you can before you make your cut, and that should do it just fine for you. You might lose some roots, that's okay. As long as you still have a few roots left on these guys, they'll be just fine. All right, so that's it. Quick and easy, not much to it. Hope everybody's doing well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that fun stuff if you already haven't. I love talking to everybody. And as always, keep on growing, everybody. Bye-bye.